that time and the effort I read. The brothers gave me the fear, the promise of death. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you, I can't ask it if you bring you. Say my journey, Tina can ask say my jamo. And you say no money, the more I get you. And you love me, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold round all over and grandmaster.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold round all over and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Well. Yes, indeed, we beg you. Yeah, it's not easy. But again, folks, okay, let me see. Yeah, let me see. Okay, good. So we are good to go. Good evening, folks. Let's share the show. Those of you who just joining us, 6 minutes past 6. Well, yes, indeed, that's the time check. Check your time, check your clock, check everything that you think that have some timepiece on. Maybe some, there are people because of the technology war now. We are no longer wearing watch, so we have our smartphone, we have our computer, and we have so many things. Now and then I have timepiece on, on most of our equipment and so forth. So again, folks, today is Tuesday, the 11th, right? Yes, indeed, the 11th of March. For a matter of fact, tomorrow will be holiday, and tomorrow will be a decoration day. Yes, indeed. So again, good evening and welcome. Yeah, don't mind that. Well, let me recognize a few of you. Those of you who just joining us, please let's share the show. Muna will be joining us very soon. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So again, Muna will be joining us very soon. Also, Monk will be joining us very soon. Mr. Kane, and that of my legal counsel. My counsel got to be here sometime before we do some of the, so I make it say, yeah, I can be missing my counsel too bad. What kind of words I make a use? Make it say, I don't feel sorry for them. Yeah. maybe I don't feel sorry for them. In fact, it's sweet for them. Always time when Steve, no wonder sometimes I can be, sometimes behind the same, I can say to my counsel, I say, no, Mama, the way it can be, it's maybe I'm frustrated. Let me think. Every time when you come on the radio to inform our people about things that are affecting them, and they will be the same people that will be clapping for the people, and sometimes it is indeed frustrating, to see our people, yeah, they always been used. They have this song, one of the songwriter, the legend, right? Yeah, Takunje said they lied to us, they use us, and they abuse us. Hmm? That exactly that what the politicians in Liberia, that what they are doing. They lie, they use us, and they abuse us. That's just a fact. They use us, they abuse us. Hmm? That one a lie, man, yeah, man. So these are facts. Again, we see some of these things and they are glaring, but on a very serious note, we see some of our people, clapping for the politicians, when they talk. For me, it is indeed quite frustrating. Like the campaign activities right now in Nimba County. Yes, and one of the candidates, yeah, one of the candidates were talking. This place will not get this seat to woman. Then you see people clapping. No, why are you clapping? Is there anything there for you to clap? Hmm? Somebody telling you that this seat will not give this seat to woman, and you clap. Clap for what? Also, the woman to that human being. That's another form of, intimidation, looking down on people. Some of us that these are things that what we don't like. Yeah, for me, I'm not very look. I want to think that I really hate that every human on this earth have the right to society things, and so forth. So again, folks, let's share the show. Yeah, where's Muna? Muna will be joining us. Uh, Lawrence also will be joining us. Please share, like, and comment. That's the best thing to do. Mustafa Balo, yes, my brother. Good evening. Is he watching from Rescue and from Rescue Corner? And Wuda Tavers Pachu also watching from is that Saquina River, right? Okay, good. Thank you for watching. Asata O Dawson also watching, and our own yes, one of our strong supporter Yumuntu Asadu Mensa. She also watching. Thank you so much. Antoinette Gallo also watching. With James David also watching. Indeed, thanks to all of you. Let's share the show. So many things to talk about. Indeed, so many things trending in Liberia. Yes, whenever they break, we yeah. Okay, so yeah, so see, next is cool. Say maybe it's human behavior. No, but to admit one thing, that's the thing I don't like. Yeah, to I have my own issue with the funny thing, and I see because coming to over there, one bring your or somebody was attacking me into the Methodist bishop. No, don't attack me. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't have no, not one part of them, no. But I'm talking about these things that are good. There are things that God, our Creator, that He put some restriction on some things on, and we are human that will make the mistakes, and he will forgive us. But there are some things that are abomination. So when the papa say this one or the other thing is abomination to me, I mean, don't do it. But when you say, okay, you do the one, I will forgive you, that means the people can pardon you. But anything that so the campaign messages should be clear on what you can do. It's not about that kind of more campaign, the country to look, Liberia getting bad off every day from the politicians. The way the politicians run the campaign, the way they talk to the people, no good message. Nothing they carry there for the people because they have nothing to offer. So the only thing they can do is to cajole the people. In fact, like they are telling them about things, but not new. They are, finding way to pull, when when you have nothing to put in the bread, you got to look for some kind of thing. Either you found some kind of more water or something to your part to the bread so you can eat the bread. That's how some of the politicians, how they can do. You have nothing to offer. Tell the people that if I get there, I will do this. But if you try to be too divisive, then you blame the media. The media people, they can be divisive. But listen to you, the politicians. Listen to you, the way you sound to your people. But anyway, let's share the show, folks. Let's share the show. Steve was observing. Well, let's share the show. Let me see how best myself I'm sharing. So many things, like I said, so many things to talk about. We will give you a few updates, and then we go straight into our discussion for today. Let me tell you quickly before my team come on, even though when they come, yes, in fact, they are already watching or following us. So let me see our talking point and today. So yes, it. So what's the way forward for Liberia after the Chief Justice revelations about the lack of respect for the rule of law? What the way forward? How do you build a great society in the absence of strong institutions? All of our institutions in the country are all dead. Nothing here working to the extent that they oh, they love interesting. Look, it is indeed interesting or something that you and I understand that the news, the news from Maryland County on Sunday make me laugh. They said the traditional people summon the Methodist church over land dispute and so forth and say correct. See it? So the people who you think that quote unquote some of you always call witchcraft and so forth. Yeah, so I'm seeing those of you that yeah. So quote unquote the people that you always call witchcraft here and there, they are the one I'm telling you that okay, come so you can settle your problem. But Monk is here already. Yeah,
What's up, Bibo?
I'm doing great, my brother. How everything?
Man, not much. I'm just here chillaxing. I thought I wasn't gonna make it here, but I'm here.
Wonderful, my dear. Wonderful. Thank you, at least, for taking up your time to be with us here. So, yes, Cephas, good evening to you. Yvette, Cephas, good evening to you. Yeah, Mark, we just started, so we were still sharing the show and at the same time talking to our people about some of the happening. But again, Mark, go ahead. Maybe you want to tell us about some of the, if not social, some of the things that you observe throughout the time.
Well, nothing much yesterday. I didn't follow a lot of issue. I was so busy yesterday. The only thing today is the Champions League. I guess a lot of folks following it. We got two good games today. I think Barcelona and Benfica is playing right now. And then after that, it will be Liverpool versus Paris Saint-Germain. So that's the only social issue I'm following today. But other than that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yes, indeed, because that with the men, that our own sport, that one
Oh
we really
no,
love best. Yeah, but
watch
sometimes
soccer a lot.
most of our ladies, they want to always, stop us from watching the football game.
Yeah.
But Mom, what say you when it comes to that? Because sometimes the women will say, well, in fact, sometimes they will say, okay, say you're going to watch a football game, let's go together. And sometimes when you say that go, they say no, I don't like that. But then they want you to stop watching the game. Why?
Well, some of them believe that when they think that you're going to watch soccer game, you got some ulterior motive, but they don't understand when it comes to men, it's one of the things that entertain men mostly. If you want to win a man's heart, be a lover of soccer, and trust me, he will fall in line because soccer is like a unifying sport. It's it's global. It's more about bringing people together. So, and the entertainment. Look, Bilbo, when I came to Africa recently, I missed that particular kind of a scenery and the gathering where you see people entertainment center. We watch the game here, but we are mostly watching the game at home by ourselves. Except maybe on the weekend where we congregate, maybe with three or four.
Man.
But when you
get
go
it like
to,
that.
yeah, I mean, after all those years, man, it was like that feeling, that euphoria. Like I have never experienced anything like that in recent memory. To be in the entertainment center, at an entertainment center watching soccer with a bunch of folks screaming like, it's a whole different feeling as compared to watching it at home. And now a lot of women are getting involved in the game as well. Not too many of them, but most of them. And it's been happening over in recent years that a lot of women are getting involved. When you see women analyzing sports now and making predictions, you wouldn't even believe it. I'm like, wow, the whole world is changing for sure.
And that's the thing, but more to what you just said about staying home or something coming out. You know, sometimes some of our women will say, "But you have TV, you have DSTV, you have everything. Why you want to go out?" But they don't even know.
It's not about watching the game home. Yeah, you can watch the game home, but it's a whole different experience when you're watching it with other people. And that thing they are called entertainment. That's what we call sports and entertainment. It's about associating with other people. We are social animals. We are our best when we mingle with other people, when we are having fun. Someone here is screaming, another guy here is dancing. That's all you go to the video club or the entertainment area to watch the game. It's not about having the game. People got 85, more than 75-inch TV in their room. I mean, in their living room or in the basement. But the question is, you will never enjoy the game like you will be in the midst of other people and everybody having fun. It's a whole different feeling. Yeah, that's the
Thank you, my
difference.
brother, for saying that today. I think most of our sisters and mothers who are always getting angry sometimes when they see maybe your place is a little bit packed, people come around, you know, to watch the game. Sometimes they get angry. You know, don't get angry. And
No,
more, that's the only way that we
that's
can
the
enjoy the game.
that's the entertainment aspect. Even when you get your personal television and the neighbors come to watch, that's when you enjoy the game. Because you will still watch the game. The question is the experience, and life is all about experiences. That experience is different from watching the game by yourself. And I will tell women as well. Sometimes when your man is going to the entertainment center or to a video club, sometimes just go yourself. Maybe over time you start liking it too, just from that social interaction. That's the difference. For me, I don't play with soccer. I've been following soccer since I was like, I would say 13 or 14 years up to now. So it's just a part of me now. There is nothing I can't miss it for anything. Even as you myself
One,
speaking, I got one of my screens here that
I
I'm still
know,
spying the game. Even
I
though we are on
know,
the
I
SKTV, but
know.
I'm still
I
watching the
know
game.
myself. I'm watching. I'm following too all of the play-by-play. You know, it's just so interesting, my mom. But even though it's 2-1, as we go along. So again, folks, if you just joining us today, is Tuesday, and you just listen to Monk, that the entertainment part of our broadcast. We always do. We come here to educate some of our people who don't understand when it comes to entertainment, because entertainment is not just about people going out, somebody sitting in a little room and so. No, sometimes your association with people make you to be entertained. So again, Monk, you really know it, and I just like the way you have put it. And I hope and pray that some of our sisters, our mothers, you will learn from some of these things, you know, and stop or embarrassing or getting angry, quote unquote. But again, like Monk said, sometimes to go with a man, go to the video club, go to the entertainment center. You know, one thing I like now and then, Monk, at least there is not much of maybe video clubs. They are because most of the entertainment center now they have the DSTV, and they have it. So people prefer now to go to the entertainment area, buy a little 1 or 2 soft drink and so forth, and be watching the game. And other people are discussing, like you just stated, people are even bringing up some of the histories that you don't even know about. So well, first, so that's it. We're now going to transition into our politics. Today we I started already informing you about what we'll be discussing here today. I think that will also send to Monk, and Monk have it. So yes, Monk, I don't know whether you'll be in or out, but I guess that Monk also listening. And Monk, let me
Let
quickly.
me give you a quick history before you transition. Right,
Mm,
for soccer is so powerful that during World War I, right, there was an agreement called the Christmas Truce, where the troops were on the battlefield, the German and the British troops on Christmas Day. You know what brought them together? They put their gun down. They play a soccer match that for the next 1 hour and 30 minutes, nobody's shooting around. After the soccer, we'll go back our trenches and start the war. And that's exactly what they did. If you read it, they call it the Christmas Truce. Can you imagine that how powerful soccer is? That during a world war between two major forces on the planet at the time, the German or the Third Reich and that of the British, they were able to put their guns down and play soccer for at least 1 hour and 30 minutes before going back to war. Think about that.
Great. So to tell you how important football or sport is, those of you who always complaining that about sport, that you not like this, you not like that, but in these sports, it's indeed important. And among Even that also happened, I think, during the war here in Liberia. Sometimes you will hear ceasefire, or just because of some of the activities. But again, that's it, my brother. So that move. I think you get our talking points for today, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think we told the audience yesterday. I mean, today, just about where the future holds. Are you optimistic about the future of Liberia? Listening to what the retiring Chief Justice said concerning rule of law and people not going by the traditional or regulations that govern the state, and it's happening in all branches of government. It's not like one group of people is doing better and the other group are not following the law. So the question you ask, if you cannot even respect the rule of law in the country because it was a total calling of the president, he was sitting right there, like I said yesterday, and the Chief Justice came out and she said exactly what she had to say. The historical aspect, the future of the country, what they did in the past when it comes to even upholding the president arrest agenda. Because the rule of law, can you imagine? The president mentioned the rule of law in his entire arrest agenda, his vision for the country. So when the Chief Justice is telling you that they are not even in compliance with the very rule of law and the Constitution, then how can you be optimistic or hopeful about the country's future? So the question is, what you think of the future of Liberia? Are you optimistic about the future of Liberia? And if not, why? So we'll be listening to our people today based on what they heard yesterday, because we've been saying this thing on SKTV, I guess on other platforms. I cannot make the case for other platforms, but as far as I'm concerned, on SKTV, we talk about this issue, maybe coming from the Chief Justice of all people in the country, maybe it will gain a lot of attention as opposed to people like us that are on the radio talking about these day-to-day issues.
Great, wonderful. So in short, what more trying to say is that those all these things are happening back to back, even suspension of on the way you get called over for 30 days, all these things are the same thing. No system anymore. Everywhere is rotten. What more is saying. So even when we even discuss right now about the trending issue, we even inform that's the same thing. So what can we do now as people? What is the way forward? Because every time, Mark, now, like in fact, even the current president said that people are already started campaigning. So that means people are only thinking about the next election.
Yes.
But they're not even thinking about the life
about
of the
you.
people.
Yeah, not. And that's the sad part about the country. The people who are supposed to be there looking out for you, they are not looking out for you. They are looking out for themselves, because everything is going in their direction. Everything is to their advantage. The income potential, their earning potential, the extra perks and immunity that come with the office of being an elected official in Liberia or working in the public sector. The question is, what is in it for you? Can you look at your life over the past 12 or 15 years and say, you know what, my life has improved tremendously? Can you make that case? No. But for them, they are getting rich. They are turning to multi-millionaires overnight. They're changing cars every 2 or 3 years that is being paid for. Their gasoline alone, their fuel is way more. More money is allocated for their day-to-day fuel than you that work a full-time job. So what makes you think they want for the party to stop? I think Steve, one thing I say for me, I'm now a social scientist, but one thing I learned from social science is they say you got two kind of you got something called the pain and the pleasure threshold. When you are going through pain, you want that pain to end quickly, right? But when you are experiencing pleasure, you want it to go forever. So for them, they are in the pleasure threshold. What if you were coming to a country where the average person lives on less than $2 a day and you don't have basic services, and you there making upward of 15,000 in the month, maybe why would you want to put an end to such a lifestyle? Why? You would do anything and everything to extend it because you are the one enjoying the pleasure. So that's it. I think that's what the president meant to say. That's what we've been saying.
Yes. So, Monk, to just add up to what you were saying, in short, for ever so long on the show, you keep saying that all of the facts that are ongoing on Capitol Hill is just about who will control and the finances and so forth. And today, we also witnessed that, where the majority bloc head about Representative Richard Nambwe suspend, quote unquote, Representative and in fact seizing all of his salaries and benefits. So why can you suspend somebody and forget about salaries and benefits? So it's just all about money, money, and money.
Maybe not only about money. You see, power, right? Power is a psychological thing. That's why I think it was Lincoln that said, if you want to know the true character of a man, give him power. Sometimes you can have money, right? But money is not all to it. At a certain point in life, when you will become skilled in knowing how to make money, you want something much higher than money. You start looking for power, because power gives you a sense of entitlement. You believe that you can control other people. It gives you that kind of a leverage. So I told our people, sometimes I don't have problem with people who talk about this speakership issue. But for our audiences that come on or SKTV all the time, based on the information we provide here and the way how we share or exchange information here, I expect them to really see these things, look at the bigger picture. So when we come here and we are on different sides of the aisle when it comes to the whole speakership issue, because look at the whole intent. Like you said, it's about money, it's about power, it's about control, it's about putting yourself in the position for 2029 that even the president himself recognizes it. So we can say, we can stress it any further. That's just why it is. Baby, are you there? What's up, Kezo? You hear me?
Monk, sorry, that Mona and myself were talking. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mona said she facing some of connected. So that was.
What's up, Mr. Smoke?
Yes. But like I said, I think I will check your. Now we're getting terrible feedback. And I don't know, maybe you have the loud speaker on. All right. So, what would you? I think, but like I said, not getting. But like I said, get it up. Oh no. All right. I think Mark. I think, but like I said, he's not getting us.
Yeah, we're getting feedback from him, but maybe he's not hearing you. I don't know what's happening over there.
Yeah. So
maybe he need to come back on, log out and log in back.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So Mark. So like we were saying, Honorable Yeke Kodoba and the rest of the team that today someone asked me today about my own feeling about all of the happening, and God so bless us today that in fact that we will come up with this topic because more look to admit on a very serious note, it is indeed frustrating for us, as people that like I was telling the president, say you say talk about or in fact you say already cut down 83% of its support around the world instead of our leaders taking a bold step or talking about the way forward for the Liberian people. They are fighting for who control this and who control that. So when you go back to the New Dawn newspaper, the Chief Justice apologized. That's the headline there. You will see the Chief Justice apologized to Liberians. That's the headline, and that's just quite frustrating, Mark, to hear that the Chief Justice apologized to Liberians for what the way he's saying. That all of the system has been manipulated, all of the system are messed up. Nobody anymore. Politics are into everywhere. That means we have no more integrated institutions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the question that we are asking you here today as to the way forward. Because if things continue to play the way things are playing, Monk, trust me, we are heading for another serious chaos that we may not even seriously overcome. Because you cannot have a place where there is no rule and order. So if the Chief Justice come up yesterday and cry, they say no, the way we've been acting to the people is wrong. Our people, or we are sorry for everything that we've been doing. But Mom, so now the question back to you, will this stop or this going to continue for time and time and time? And our people going to be the one to suffer from all of the apologies while they are getting rich, that you said, while they are buying a flash of cars, their family are not here, their family are trying back to back, traveling out of the country, back to back. We're going to feel the weight.
Well, it's the people themselves, and there's no pressure. There is no incentive for the people who empower to change their behavior. You got a Chief Justice. When you read an article, I think it was in the New Dawn about the Chief Justice apology, she was just saying that everything is polarized in the country, that no matter, because the Supreme Court was there to protect the law and to be the final arbiter of the law, that what she was literally saying, that no matter how we interpret this law, people will still believe that they were cheated or some bias, most especially when political actors are involved. There are certain times the Supreme Court interpret the law that is free of politics. But sometimes when you get political actors, that's why I keep telling you, the politics will always take prominence over the Constitution. I'm not saying that you should disregard the Constitution, but even the Supreme Court themselves, they got political views, and their views are also considered opinion. So that's why the Chief Justice said, when you got political actors involved, then it becomes a tough thing, because they are there to make tough decisions for the country when it comes to interpreting the law. But when you got political actors who are supposed to settle their own dispute, coming to the Supreme Court for redress, then it becomes a problem. So no matter how you interpret the law, people will feel that you stay biased or you got some kind of a political leaning. And no matter how you interpret the law, they believe you're picking a side. I think that's what you said. And it's a bad thing for the nation, for people to have that idea, or to have the expectation that the Supreme Court is somehow being biased politically. No, I think you don't want that. You want for the Supreme Court to be as neutral as possible. You don't want them taking side politically, but at the end of the day, my brother, you just cannot get politics out of anything.
Wow, what a way to go, and what a country indeed that we are all living in. So Mona, thanks to you. I think Mona relay the program on our side. Mona, thank you so much for a job well done. Those of you that are also following us from Zwedru, Guajira County, I want to say the pleasant good evening to all of you, and those of you that are also following us here in the nation capital. Indeed, let me say a wonderful way to say the pleasant good evening to all of you. But more quickly, before we go to the line to start our calls, what are some of the things maybe that caught your attention quickly? Sorry, I didn't ask you on that. Maybe that you want to pass through quickly before we go, because our topic is clear, and I think no amount of politics that you will talk that will ever change things until LeBron himself.
No, yeah, LeBron himself take their own, or decide their own course of action. I think we are all guilty of that. I believe that these guys believe they can do anything and get away. There will be no repercussion. There will be no political price to pay. That the people themselves, they are not ready to move the country forward. The one thing, there's a book they call Why Nation Fail. The two individuals wrote it. I forgot their name. One Amagalu and one other guy, some Robson, if I'm not mistaken. When you read all throughout history, Melbourne, the reason why nation failed, those guys, the catalog that they gave the historical aspect, and there are so many reasons why nation failed. And the number one reason is the lack of institution. The lack and the respect for political institution. When you don't respect institution in the country, there is no way your country is going to succeed. And the kid that made in this book was even countries that share the same culture, and they gave historical instances like North and South Korea, right? Like East and West Germany. Same people, same culture. But guess what? Because they're different ideology. One group believe in institution, the other group want to operate like against them. That's why you have the people in West Germany living at the highest level in the First World, and back in the day, the people that were in East Germany were living like some third world country. Same country. The same thing in North and South Korea. So if a country want to make progress, it's a choice. The leadership and the people themselves, because everything cannot be about the leader. Even the people themselves, when they really want change, they will do things that will usher in change in the country. Even though the leaders are the one that will take the lead to lay the foundation or the marker. But at the end of the day, you still need the support of the people to move the country forward. But when our country is so polarized and so political that everything becomes an air classical between two political parties, maybe how can you move forward? Because you are not looking at it from the smaller picture. You're not looking at the long-term implication of the country. We are 177 years old. There is nothing you can boast about in Liberia. You cannot go among other nationals and make the case that you don't have a country is doing great. But we are not seeing it from that perspective. And the Supreme Court Chief Justice said it exactly. You're not seeing it from that standpoint. So the question is, what's going to be the tipping point? What we need to see that will say, enough is enough. And when I say enough is enough, I'm not talking about you going into to cause political instability, because for me, I hate war. I will never support war, no matter what. But the question is, apart from war, there are so many tools at your disposal that we could use. The question is then what is the way forward, Melbourne? How can you turn this country around? Because time is going by. Years after years, nothing is changing. The people who supposed to be having political experience cannot perform. The one who's supposed to be educated cannot even make decisions as educated people. The one that are younger that got the most to lose in this fight. Because I keep telling my young people on this platform every time. I say the younger you are, I mean, you have more time to spend on the planet than any other Liberian. So if you cannot make better decisions and just multiply your suffering by a long period of time because you are young. And matter of fact, if you're not careful, you will end up dying young. Because when you are go ahead,
yes, I wanted to just ask you this question while you stay in flight. With this question about, sometimes like you were just saying, we always thinking about, by the time you tell people, or maybe by the time you say something like, okay, Liberian how to stand up, the first thing, that comes to the mind of some people is all about chaos or war and so forth. No. So I don't want to chip in on that. So like people have to stand up against bad leadership because mind you, we started voting since 2005.
Yes.
And every time when you change, say, okay, yeah, let's bring in other group. The other group, they're not doing well. The one that will come, we mess up.
Yeah.
You say, okay, that money will they want small, maybe by the time finish, we change that. You bring another. Then what kind of football team is that, Monk, that carrying you nowhere? But you keep supporting and you keep giving all of the high-end support. What kind of football team is that?
And maybe what you just said, that's the sad part about our country, right? When people start losing faith in the political system, they start to sit on the sideline. One of the callers he called yesterday, he said he had no interest in the politics, especially when it comes down to election. If you can recall, yesterday there was a guy that called that said that they really small don't participate because who are you going to, right? You keep changing people, and one thing when you look at it, the stats, when it comes to our lawmakers, senators, mostly in particular, the Liberian people don't repeat senators, they change them all the time. But if you are changing a group of people and you cannot get better results, then what becomes the next exit strategy? How can you make the case that I will do something differently that will give me a different result? That's where the problem is, maybe. We are not giving our people, the people that are in public offices, they are not giving our people a reason to continue doing what they are doing. And our people themselves, they are not holding them accountable, even though they keep changing. But the question is not only changing, but who are you making the change with? Because it's almost like rolling the dice. We don't vote on ideology. We stay voting on the tribal, sentimental line, party line, political leader affiliation, the possibility of you getting a job. So even though we can say that the people changing leaders and they're not getting results, but the question is, what kind of leader are we choosing? Maybe when we start asking that question, things will change. Because okay, yeah, you're changing the people, but when you look at it from a bigger perspective, then nothing changed because it means you keep rotating the same old people. You are not willing to make the hard decision. You are not willing to vote for leaders that will make you uncomfortable. And that's the problem. Success and comfort cannot reside in the same house, brother. They cannot be in the same place. You got to make some tough decisions. So I agree that we've been changing leaders, but the question is, the leaders we are changing, are they any different from the one that was there previously? That's the problem.
So Mark, let me also in passing again, let me ask you this question. So Mark, in short, are we also contributing to the way our leaders are also treating us? Because you are saying something. Some of the people, they will call on the radio, insult some of us. Even if you go into my phone, there are a lot of time messages, insult and so forth. But we are not coming here to educate them, to explain things to them, things that are happening, things that are affecting all of us as people and a country. But they will say, like, if we are talking about maybe quote unquote that demon god, or maybe or maybe the political godfather or so forth, Monk. So do you think we the citizens ourselves, are we also contribute? Because Monk, for me, like the voting here and there and so forth, changing people, like for the two new lawmakers from the House of Representatives, they control 2023 election. So that alone is enough to do better when we really see for change. To the upper house, I think there are about 9 or 10 of them, 10 new senators. So that alone also enough. Are we the citizens also contributing to all this? Because if people come out, then you hear them, you go to them for baby dapper, you go to them for this, you go to them for that. More, are we also?
We are contributing big time. Maybe Let me give you a typical example. Don't go anywhere far. Just on this platform, when I came here with the idea, when I listened to this whole thing about this legislative impasse, the one thing I said there are things in politics that are inappropriate, but they are not unconstitutional, right? I told you on the show, I said one of the things that the first order of operation when you are a speaker, in politics, it's not about what you know, it's not about your idea, it's all about compromise. If I want something and Melbourne wants something, I need to ask myself, what can I give Melbourne in exchange for what I want to receive? That's what politics is. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. I'm not saying it in a corrupt manner. I am just saying that's the nature of politics. Even before the president can get his agenda, right? He must make some concession. That's what politics is all about. I want something, but other people need something too. So I should give them something in exchange for what I want. When I made that case here, I said, you know what? As a speaker, before you brush your teeth in the morning, the very first thing you do, you call a whip. My man, is our caucus stay intact? How many people are staying in line? When your whip tell you, oh my man, we got 3 men in here that got problem with the way things going. Maybe they want something on committee. You have to make concession just to keep them in check. Because the moment you end up losing the support of your colleague, that's when you lose your speakership. Nobody voted for a speaker. We never went to an election to go and vote for a speaker. But just by saying the truth, look at how they came from me on the show. Even though I was saying the right thing, but they are not comfortable with the right thing. So yes, they are also incentivizing the way how those people are doing business in Liberia. Because yes, I know it's a hard truth, but at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, whether you accept it or not. I'm not here to abuse the constitution, but that's just how the business is played anywhere around the world. So why would you be getting mad with me? Why?
And that's just the fact. Quickly before bring Mr. Kane, Mr. Kane already joining us. Very, very soon we'll bring you on. But Mark, the reason I'm saying all of these things because for some of all we've been around and we stayed around and we're observing all of these things. Most of our people, they really hear the politicians sing songs for them. Like what happened? Even Nimba County, that just one example, the campaign is ongoing, right? And
I was just about to say, you got another case study, remember?
Yes, when you see yourself, the way the people are treating us, the way they are treating you, you think that is well or is okay. Yes. So all you can do is to sing to them. That's all you can do because you will go to them for baby dapper, you will go to them quote unquote for school instead of you getting job. So that yourself can buy your own baby dapper and pay your own school fees or maybe get something to maybe pay your own fees or your own rent. No. But you prefer to look. Mark, when
you go to politics, when you go to election, the whole idea about election, the reason people have debate, the reason people have an ideology, you listen to candidates, they make the case. The thing is, you are looking for the best player among the options that is available to you. When we go to election, we don't go to elect God. We just want someone who is better than the opposing candidate. And the only way you can tell, you don't have to elect the person. It's not about likeness. It's not about personality. It's about ideas. It's about who presents a better vision for moving the country forward. That's what you listen to in politics. Okay, we say, yeah, our people keep changing elected officials, but the question is, they are changing these elected officials by using the same scripts that failed before. So we are not making progress because every day, yeah, you're making a change. But the question is, when you make change, let's assume you elect one corrupt guy and you replace another corrupt man with another corrupt man. You are voting for people that were slapped with sanctions individually. I know one thing, of all the countries in the world, one country on this planet that scares Liberia the most is America. When America says something, they carry so much power in that country. But for the first time in my lifetime, that America will put sanctions on two public official, and yet they were still voted for as senator in our country. I said, no, we live in a whole different dispensation. That's why I believe our country, no matter the changes that keep happening in terms of elected official, we are still not getting the result that we want because we are not bringing on the right people. Even though we are changing the ones that were there, but still, it's not making progress. That's the problem. The people with the idea to move Liberia forward, they are not the one our people give their incentive to. The bad apples, the one with bad record, with bad character, those are the ones that are always giving front row seat. The incompetent one will always be the one giving front row seat in our politics. And that's the sad part of it. That's why it's hard for us.
Great. Mr. Kane, good evening and welcome. I know you're a little bit busy, but thank you for coming a little join us. Good evening. Mr. Kane. All right. So like, yeah, so Mr. Cunningham not getting us. Yeah, so my brother, want to just add up to you. This is indeed frustrating and to our people. Voting alone will not solve our problem. Let me be frank today, and let me just say this to all of you today on the radio. Maybe I may not have the opportunity anymore to tell you this, but this country, until we Liberians have to stand up against some of the bad things our people are doing to us. You know how to fight people, you know how to know. But these people, they monitor the social media. Do you know the reason why some of the deputy ministers, assistant ministers, they are all still commenting and they are still posting? It's because some of you gave them hope. Because some of you see them like they are your quote-unquote, I don't know, heaven sent or savior. No. And when you have everything on you as a human by right, it's about to find job to do. Now, the government trained close to 10,000 youths, right? They free time. Where's the job? Monk, I hear the SOEs giving job out. And where's the job? I say asking. People keep telling me, oh, maybe that sweeping, cleaning, and I know painting. And I still believe that is the job that is there for the young people. No, if that's the job, then I'm still frustrated and disappointed because, like for example, Monk, if you are putting out maybe vacancy or maybe request or maybe from young people, the first thing is that don't also forget about the talent that person have in them. Then you also use that as a database. Maybe you can also add that to your database or to your data system so that you will know how many engineers you have, so that you will know how many scientists that you have, so that you will know how many data, all these. I agree that you want to offer them a job. But some of these people, by right, even if that 10% should have been sent to accelerator, those who are engineer or who are maybe quote unquote who do the study of science and so forth or so many things, you send them to accelerator maybe about 2 or 3 months. Government will pay the money, but they are there learning and happy. Then they will be able to get another experience. But if you just get young people together and you give them broom, you give them paint, you say you go and clean up. These jobs are for people who are, of age, and some of them maybe they stay young and they have nothing to do. Maybe the society already passed by them. These are jobs. I'm not saying that young people can't do the job, no, but to build a vibrant and good system for the future generation. These kind of jobs are not for the young people. Now, Mark, if our leadership continue to give the young people these kind of jobs, do you think that they are building quote unquote a vibrant youth or maybe a vibrant generation for tomorrow?
Every time we come on the show, we say that the government, it's not the job of the government to create jobs anywhere in the world. Yeah, there are certain jobs that you get in government, but the government primary responsibility is to provide peace. To protect lives and property, both domestic and international. That's the first thing. The second thing for the government is to put in place policy or create a condition that will lead to investment. Maybe one of the toughest things to do is to create a paycheck for someone else, to give someone a stable form of income that they can come to work every day, and at the end of the month or at the end of every 2 weeks, they are expecting a paycheck. That's not a government job. But the job of the government is to create the conditions so that people who know how to create jobs can come to the country and make employment opportunities available for young people. Yeah, if the government create jobs, most often they are all temporary jobs. Whether they are cleaning the street, whether they are painting, these things are all temporary. When we're talking about long-term job growth, the government is not your job. You are not the one to do that. Government must play her role, and the people in the private sector will play her role. But you're talking about your chief justice saying this. You're talking about lawmakers having infight. You got two speakers. You got all the international reports so your country is not a conducive environment for investment. Then how can you create more jobs? So everything you are doing, you are just tinkering around the edges. You are not making progress, and you will not create jobs. I know there are certain policies you must put in place for people to see and hear about that they will come to make investment in your country. And all the time we say, I said, no, in most cases, from my little time on this planet, For as long as I've been on this planet, I know. I don't see president just running all around the world begging investors. No. There are things that they do back home. There are certain policies, there are certain measures, there are certain proactive steps that they take that will encourage investors to bring their resources to come and invest in the country and create jobs for your citizens. That's one thing that I know. In some instances, yes, you will go out there, but not in most instances, no. Once the government, maybe on today we live in an advanced technological age. When good things, how we got to know, are we, you must are living in Burkina Faso? But how come the entire world though that the guy in Burkina Faso is setting a new precedent when it comes to leadership in Africa? Because we live in an information age. They are building a factory, they are building a school, they are building a hospital. The guy is building 50 medical units around the entire country, and he's starting with the first 25. Isn't that more reason to encourage people to bring their money and invest in Burkina Faso, even though they are a landlocked country? Can you say the same for Liberia? No. So you don't have to ring a bell. You don't have to go chase the investor. Once you start doing the right things, people will hear the stories from around the world and they will bring their money. They will come knocking on your door to make investment in your country. Investors are always looking for opportunity. Now, one thing that I know, they got scouts, they got experts all around the world doing their research analysis, looking for where to put money. So once you get a job done, you recognize your rule of law, you got good business when it comes to regulation, tax policy, strong constitution. What do you think will happen? People will flock to your country. They will bring their own money. They will beg you to come and invest in your country. But the reason you are passing all over the place going to some useless summit that has no value because you are not doing what you need to do home. That's why you are crying money in bereaved. Even when you come to the USAID Cup, the countries that are doing better, you hear them complaining. No, they're already doing their homework, so they could care less. Matter of fact, they even won't know what's going on because while they are focusing on the people, they are making the right investment, they are paying the down payment into the future. And like I said, investor will always come knocking on the door when you are doing the right thing. That's just what it is. Nobody can change that.
Yes, indeed, Monk. I think you are quite correct. I'm seeing, but like I said here, I don't know whether his internet stays strong, while his system is still okay. But let me see. Wow. Okay. So, but like I said, is still struggling. So yes, indeed. So, what in short, to our old folks and those of you maybe who maybe will say more we're moving with speed. In short, what I'm trying to say is that all the noise we're making here today, what making us today without even getting no investors and stuff. Monk, I saw something on my friend. I think I forwarded to you there. I don't know whether you, yeah, on the internet about I don't know World Bank and so forth. You know, every day you see them different stories and different news. According to the investigators, again, the
Oh yeah.
investigator is on their page. I know what I seen it.
Yeah, I'm seeing something here. They say the World Bank or once Liberia, they face crisis as export. You know, export can bring foreign currency into the country now. You know that one of the way your economy strengthens when you can send goods and services out there to bring some foreign capital into the country. But when you are only consuming, I keep saying I love to use the lay Willow market or the Kobo shot analogy, maybe. You get a business when you sell and you make some sale rather than invest in the business, you eat all the proceeds from the business. How are you going to grow the business? Yeah, you want to import, but equally so you want to export too, because when you keep importing, then the money cannot sit in the country. So all the money you are trying to gather in the country, you are sending it overseas. And matter of fact, when you import, it put a lot of pressure on you as well. Whether it's your currency, whether it's the state of the economy, there is no export. When you export, you bring money to the country. And it's not happening. And every year after year, our export keeps shrinking. So what will happen to the economy? It will suffocate our economy. So remember, the problem is everywhere. Political, from a legal standpoint, from an economic standpoint, from a global standpoint, there is nothing that is working for Liberia. Either angle you look at it from either way. When
Indeed.
it comes to institutional and fundamental breakdown, can you imagine, remember, when we're talking about social institution, even our churches, our mosques, the religious, the family is also part of the social institution in the society.
Everywhere, Monk, everywhere. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Every part of our society or system and the confusion, the noise, the hurry and pulling, there's so many things happening, and that's just so frustrating for us, you know, Monk, on a very serious note. And nothing for me, I don't even know how to even describe it, but I'm really frustrated, and I'm confused because Look, Monk, every time I hear people, oh, you know, let's move the other. Look, until Liberians they say more like you are saying, they think you got to wake up. Some of you who always supporting, the only way these people will be shamed and they will come back and do the right thing when we stop giving them attention. We gave these people for nothing attention, Monk. We gave them so many attention. Honorable, they other things, you know, hearing them for no reason. What are they doing? Monk.
Maybe
For
if
me,
you can remember
I'm
when
confused.
the lawmaker infight started, right? The very first recommendation for me when I look at it from the beginning, I said, no, you know the thing? It's a legislative impasse. I know Supreme Court will not be the one to come and decide it. What was the first recommendation, SKTV? Every congressional district in the country, you go and storm there. Your demand, whether your lawmaker is on the majority or the minority, I tell them that we're not standing for this nonsense. Maybe you think that people who have done that all over the country, their nonsense will be happening?
No.
That every congressional district will go to that little town hall and say, you know what, all your lawmakers are here. Why are you on the
That's the
majority
point.
side?
That's the
We
point
will
that
not
I was
stand for
coming
this.
to, Monk.
Why do you
That's
think
the
will
point
happen?
right there.
No, but they wanted to reach to a place of no return because they're always waiting for a savior or some hero that's supposed to come and rescue them. So they never yield to that advice.
Lawmakers, regular
Yeah.
people even go to the line. Let me say, if we go for the news bulletin, the lawmakers really have respect for the people that even gave them power or the
Mhm.
position. That's that. What kind of country is this? Where nobody you no, Monk. I'm very confused. Look, can you imagine our lawmakers? They feel that by the time they have been given us 6 years, that
Mhm.
means they own the people.
Yeah.
They own the people. They will decide what to do, whether they will make a report or not, whether they even listen to the people or not. They don't care. So anything that they want to do, that what they will do. Then later on now, when they want to get a little fame or maybe a little attention from the people, then they go and do some kind of more cosmetics projects or
Mhm.
development. That by
Yeah.
the time the rain come, by the time the rain fall, the
Yeah.
rain will wash away.
Watch it away.
So my people, you gotta open your eyes on a very serious note. But Mark, we gotta go for the news break.
Yeah, the news bulletin. I will join you
Yes.
in the next 15 minutes. Take care.
All right, my brother. Thank you. So, folks, if you enjoy joining us, this is the SKTV show. We're going for the news break. Yes, indeed. Right here on 2FM. And trust me, when we come back, we will continue with the show up to 8 o'clock on tonight. And immediately after the news, we're going to yes, open a line for you to call in also to be part of the show this evening. So that's it. Get it set.
Years ago, a news center was birthed, cash to collect balance, credible and accurate news and information. But tax tested and
Come on, Simon. Good evening, RCA News Bulletin at 7 and Nikita Roberts presenting. The House of Representatives has suspended Maserati County District 10 Representative Yeke Koluba for a period of 30 session days. Bomi County Senator Edwin Mervyn Snow is requesting the Liberian Senate urgent financial and living assistance to challenges faced by Liberian scholarship students in Morocco. The Director General of the Cabinet has disclosed that the launch of the performance management compliance system by the Bouaka Kon administration have made significant progress in institutionalizing the culture of performance management within government. And out of Liberia, armed Islamists have stormed a hotel in central Somalia and a siege is ongoing, police and witnesses have said. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. The Director General of the Cabinet has disclosed that the launch of the Performance Management Compliance System by the Boaka Konde administration have made significant progress in institutionalizing the culture of performance management within government. Speaking at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing on Tuesday, Nathaniel Pabo disclosed that over 90 public institutions have developed clear performance targets, signed performance contracts with the president, and some have taken concrete actions. Pabo further revealed that the government is about to do an annual performance appraisal aimed at providing opportunity to assess achievements, identify challenges, and define strategies for greater impact of the performance management compliance system. Nathaniel Pabo noted that the performance monitoring will help track institution contributions to the government arrest agenda for inclusive development, ensuring that tangible results are achieved for the people of Liberia. Bomi County Senator Edwin Snow is requesting the Liberian Senate urgent financial and living assistance on challenges faced by Liberian scholarship students in Morocco. Senator Edwin Snow, in his communication, said there are lots of challenges confronting Liberians students in Morocco and other countries that need urgent attention by the national government. The Bomi County Senator said it is embarrassing on the part of the Liberian government to see its citizens go through hardship, especially in obtaining higher education. He said the condition the students are faced with is due to government inability to remit support to those scholarship students, especially students studying in Morocco. Senator Snow, who termed the problem as an age-old situation, said the challenges is causing majority of the students to subject themselves to things that are indecent. He made the disclosure in his communication to plenary on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Senate Pro Tempore Yombly Kanga Lawrence immediately instructed the Joint Committee to work with key ministries and agencies to make a complete report of foreign scholarships beginning next week, Tuesday. The House of Representatives has suspended Montserrat County District 10 Representative Yeke Koluba for a period of 30 session days. This action comes in response to a report submitted by Bon County District 2 Representative James Collet, who is part of the House Committee on Rules, Order, and Administration. The suspension follows allegations made by Representative Johnson Williams of River G County, claiming that Representative Koluba exhibited inappropriate and disrespectful behavior towards the House leadership. The motion for suspension was approved by majority votes, despite dissenting opinions from Representative Matthew Joe, Emmanuel Dan, and Smo Moba. Grand Crew County Senator Nimini Batikwa wants the Senate to investigate why several donor-funded projects across the country have been abandoned. According to Senator Batikwa, these commitments were made by international partners to the country with the intention of accelerating Liberia's national roles development programs in the country. Senator Batikwa said it is important to know those responsible for the delay of the projects, especially when commitments were made and people of the affected areas got affected. Batikwa named among several projects the US $1 million 96.6 kilometer highway from Barclayville through Grand Crew to Sino County since 2018, and the pavement of 60 kilometer road from Kawakan River G to Putukan Grand Jida County have been abandoned since 2021. He also disclosed the abandonment of a 40 kilometer road corridor from Calacan, Maryland County to Fishtown, River G County that started under the sponsorship of the African Development Bank since 2020. Argument broke up in Tuesday's session as the Joint Committee comprising Internal Affairs, Governance, and Reconciliation defends human rights claims, and petition reports on the crisis within the United Methodist Church. Reading the committee reports in plenary on Tuesday, Maryland County Senator Blebo Brown said the committee, during its conference, reached several decisions to help resolve the crisis in the Methodist Church. According to Senator Brown, the primary concern of the committee during the conference was to act to resolve the crisis within the church. The senator, among those recommendations, said the committee advised on a peaceful worship assembly of both the United Methodist Church and the Global Methodist churches across the country. They also recommended that the Liberia National Police and other security agencies remain neutral in the ongoing process. But Grand Cape Mon County Senator Simon Taylor, a member of the committee, blasted against Senator Blebo Brown's report to plenary. The Liberia National Bar Association says the Supreme Court bench and the bar shares a symbiotic relationship essential for the smooth functioning of Liberia's legal system. According to the president of the Bar Association, Councillor Bonovama, as officers of the court, members of the bar pledge to remain the highest ethical standards in advocacy and legal representation. He said the LMBA will continue to engage in constructive dialogue with the Supreme Court bench to address challenges affecting the judiciary and to ensure that justice remains accessible and efficient for all. At the same time, the LMBA says strengthening the capacity and integrity of judicial actors will significantly contribute to the judiciary capability. The Bar Association president said, as an institution dedicated to upholding the rule of law, the LMBA reaffirms its commitment to working collaboratively with the judiciary in its rebranding efforts. Councillor Bonovama said the rebranding must reflect the realities of the people, an impartial judiciary that delivers justice without fear or favor. He stressed that the LMBA fully support the ongoing efforts to rebrand the Liberian judiciary to ensure its independence. Councillor Varma revealed that an autonomous judiciary branch is the bedrock of democracy, fostering public confidence and safeguarding citizens' rights. He commended the initiative aimed at institutionalizing judicial processes from internal interference and emphasized the importance of continual reforms to uphold judicial autonomy. And out of Liberia now, armed Islamic have stormed a hotel in central Somalia, and a siege is ongoing. Police and witnesses have said the attack by al-Shabaab began with a car bomb exploding, following by gunmen entering the hotel, leading to intense clashes with security forces. Police said at least 4 people have been killed, but witnesses told the BBC the death toll have risen to 10, with the security forces still battling the gunmen at the Kahara Hotel. Al-Shabaab, which is affiliated to Al-Qaeda, has been waging a brutal insurgency in Somalia for more than 2 decades. The raid on the hotel took place as politicians, security officials, and traditional elders were meeting to discuss plans for an offensive against the group in central Somalia. During this newscast, a recap of the top stories. House of Representatives has suspended Montserrat County District 10 Representative Yeke Kolba for a period of 30 session days. Bomi County Senator Edwin Snowd is requesting the Liberian Senate urgent financial and living assistance to challenges faced by Liberian scholarship students in Morocco. The Director General of the Cabinet has disclosed that the launch of the Performance Management Compliance System by the Bouaka Akon administration have made significant progress in institutionalizing the culture of performance management within government. And out of Liberia, armed Islamics have stormed a hotel in central Somalia and a siege is ongoing, police and witnesses have said. That's our CN News Bulletin at 7. I'm Nakita Roberts. Good evening.
Every time when I see the people we love, the people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, every time when I see the people we love, the people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, people we love. Every time when I see the people we love, every time when I see the people we love.
Indeed, you're listening to News Bulletin right here on Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. The opportunity is here to join the station. That will be at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight, by which time we'll bring you 45 minutes of news from our newsroom, Truth FM 96.1. And we continue with the SKTV show this evening. To those of you who just joining us, good evening and welcome. Yeah, let me bring Monk back. Okay, good. So Monk is set already. Yeah, Monk, so we're back. After the news bulletin, I don't know whether you are following or you are chipping at the same time. I don't
Not
know.
really.
But,
I said only story about Yaka Koluba, but it's nothing new anyway. He gets the update of the news that we already knew about. And the only strange one for me was the one coming from Eden Snow because I never came across it. But other than that, I think I'm familiar with some of the topics that were discussed in the last 15 minutes.
yes, indeed, myself, I think that information coming from I think Senator Edwin maybe Snow talking about the scholarship, right?
Yep. About those
Yes.
students trying to I don't know where, which country,
In Morocco. And yeah, that's just
Morocco.
number thing, Monk. That one I just number thing
Oh, yeah.
for our country and for our. You see that? You
Now we
send
talk about
people
spending
out.
priority.
Hmm.
You send
Oh,
people
this.
out to study, you can't even follow up with your own commitment as a government. Simple stuff like that. Those are the things to pay first. Foreign mission, foreign students, pay them first because they are outside the country. That's why you send them there for. Those things should be automatic. Get it when you get automatic withdrawal. You know, we got something we call automatic withdrawal. Certain bills you pay in America, you don't want to be putting money order in the envelope and mailing it. No, just take it from my account because I know I must do this thing. They are essential to my own livelihood. Like maybe your insurance, your life insurance, your car insurance, stuff like that. Things that you know you must do. Why would you want to be mailing it? Just take it from that automatic. When this day reach, don't call me to remind me. Just take it from my account at how it should be. When you send people out of the country to go and study, why they should be running behind you to pay to meet up your obligation? That's your responsibility, remember? It's been happening forever.
Mark it is indeed frustrating, and I'm really feeling sorry for all of our young people. I know there are a lot of them, apart from in Morocco, there are a lot of them, even some of them in Rwanda. You know, we always following all of the happening, you know, and getting some of the information. But I think, thank God that some of you are listening and you know all of these things, and you've been hearing these things for a very long time. Your children that were sent out for study, some of the children they come to some of you, they were begging you back to back for I don't know, for ticket money or for support here and there. The government sent out, according to Senator Edwin Mervyn Snow, they are stranded. In fact, some of them are doing things that students. Oh God, yeah, look.
Oh, but I mean, now you go in another country, you must survive. Maybe you don't have a job. The little stopping you dependent on the government. If the government cannot afford you this thing, you will start doing things you have no reason doing. Maybe that's why you see it's always good to go to school when you are younger because when you are much younger, you have less responsibility. That way you can concentrate on your lesson. You know, the older you become, the more responsibility comes. You start having a wife, you start having children, and at the end of the day, you're not only talking about yourself, you're talking about other people. Their livelihood depends on you. At the end of the day, it takes away your ability to really be in the flow of your study. It takes away time. It reduces your performance academically. So when you are much younger, in your 20s, or maybe worst case scenarios in your early 30s, it's the best time to go to school and to get the kind of skills and the expertise that you require. Because when you start getting responsible, trust me, you will go to school, but it will not be like the same as when you were single or living alone or being a young person. That's just why it is. That's life. We grow older every day, and with more age comes with more responsibilities. Yeah.
Yeah, so Mark, in passing to our topic and today, let me just pass with my own, whenever I call Mona sometime to find out about what happened in Zwedru, Granjide County, once upon a time, I can say, remember on this show, I think about them or Sheku, you were saying about the prison compound and how some of the places was abandoned or stay abandoned and so forth. But Monk,
What you got talking? We saw the thing. They brought video
good,
here.
good, good. But Monk, the county of a former president, some no, what will be doing the future among going along? I think we'll just be bringing into public land some of the counties and their leaders and see as to how long some of them they've been serving and or how much they've been eating or they've been getting from other people. And you say the country is nowhere. The people life is still or everything there's still bad off and nothing improving. But Mr. Cannon, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, man, thank you. One of my work, I can use my phone to go on, but when people call me,
Hmm.
they can. Actually, I was talking, maybe can you hear me? Can you hear me? But people keep calling me, so that's why I was not able to continue. So I did decide to continue with that call and then, come back after the news bulletin. If you guys, I don't know whether you had a news bulletin because I was not
Yes,
following you anymore. I was on
yes,
the phone.
yes, indeed,
Okay.
we already through with that already.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say thank you to you and to my good friend Brazilian Monk, our chief analyst. Monk, my man, keep doing what you're doing, man. You don't know who's watching. A lot of people
Oh
have
yeah, we're doing
expressed,
our thing.
a lot of people have expressed, admiration about what we do on Sktv. Specifically when it comes to your level of, you know, analysis and the level of research you do. You know, you're one of those putting SKTV on the map, and we are very proud to have you. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, my man. So, you know, I've listened to most of the things you were saying initially, but it is becoming clear on a daily basis that Joseph Nima government is not able to run the country. Um, despite the continuous, corruption scandals going on in the country, but their decision to destroy the first branch of government and amidst everything going on, Joseph Boakai calling Speaker Kofa and calling the regime speaker separately, and despite the alleged intervention by the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to still see a concerted effort on the part of the Joseph Mbaka government to destabilize the first branch of government, the House of Representatives, and the Senate, beats my imagination. When I saw today that they have in their mouth suspended Representative Yaga Koluba for about 4 months without pay, that only proved to me that not only those guys who are making the decision are a bunch of jokers, it also tells me that Joseph Nima Boakai himself should not be taken seriously. Because you can say you are making peace or you are making an effort to bring some level of sanity within the House of Representatives, and at the same time, you are using those other people to destabilize the House of Representatives. It's very disturbing, and it is not clear that the decision that is to come from the Supreme Court, which I believe is supposed to be coming on Friday, I think Thursday or Friday, one of those. They're afraid, they're jittery, they don't know what to do. But if I were to advise Yaka Kolba, it should not be moved by an inch. These are just bluffs. They're just bluffing. Everything they do, if you yourself and you're sitting are considered by the Supreme Court as illegal, your actions are nothing. So in Labrador we say, hey Brandon, you're asking for beer. Your sitting is illegal. You say you are illegal. What action are you going to take that will be legal or legally binding on anybody? But again, if Joseph Boakai believes that he wants to make peace, that he wants to bring some final resolution to the problems within the House of Representatives, those that they supposedly sanctioned or suspended should get their pay consistently if the government is now in cahoot with the renegade group. The fact that they're not getting their pay, and the pay can come from the House of, the Finance Ministry. The fact that the pay can come from the Finance Ministry, and they're stopping people pay because of the decision taken by those renegades, it means that Joseph Baka is in cahoot, or he's the one that actually orchestrated whatever is going on within the House of Representatives. It is disheartening, it is barbaric, it is unconstitutional, and Liberian people should reject it. Another thing I wanted to add here is that the senatorial election, by-election going on in Nimba, we are upbeat, we are fired up, and ready to go, as Obama would say. We are poised to win that election despite the short or despite the CMC being less than 3 weeks old. Listening to the guy, Mark Bloom, I am very optimistic that Mark Bloom is going to win, given his record, compared to the guy who been in the House of Representatives for 13 years and got nothing to show for it. And not only that, Koga is now doing anything for the people, the district he's from. This is the man who went to Musa Ability, beg him to help him construct a bridge in his district. He been in there for 13 years. Musa Ability just been there for 1 year. He went to Musa Ability, beg him on his stomach to help him. That's the Musa Ability you're attacking today. Oh, they're going to bring that money, they're going to bring this, they're going to bring that. You went and begged for the same money. As we speak now, that bridge is under construction. And this guy, on the other hand, Mike Bloom, who served as senior inspector in the county, who has been to all the cities and towns and villages in the county, who has been involved in all the conflict resolution, who is very, very, humble and respectful, who also came from low background. His mother from the Mano side, his father from the Gio side, who is respected by the young people, who is young, who is also being supported by the most, if not, the first or the most resourceful representative in the history of our country. Nobody in the House of Representatives in our history have done what Musa Ability did in the first year of being a representative. So the party that Musa will happen to be a part of or a leader of, because people getting the wrong opinion that this is Musa Ability Party. No, it's not a Musa Ability Party. CMC is the People's Party. CMC is the grassroots party. CMC is the farmers party. CMC is for the people, the market women, the people who don't have the opportunity, the Koga. So Musa Ability happened to be the political leader, but the decision, every major decision of CMC derived from the leadership of CMC. So I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for keeping this show on. From time to time, we'll be coming on to point to some of the happenings in the country and to also shine light on the political earthquake that is about to overtake Liberia through the citizen movement for change, the CMC. And to those who have expressed interest in joining the CMC, it is a work in progress. We have a lot going on, but we will encourage all of you to join our Facebook Messenger. If you don't have that, if you don't have access, inbox me. We'll ID you automatically. I'm talking about CMC Facebook Messenger group. Majority of people who are there, if not most people, everybody who are on there, are either member originators, including the political leaders, and some prospective members, people who have expressed interest to become a member of the CMC. We are putting everybody on there. So whenever the membership draft is officially open, you will be the first to have access to that process. So I just want to make that clear to everybody. I want to say thank you. The outpool of human beings to express interest, to be a part of CMC is overwhelming. We are thrilled by that. We are very much happy and welcome everybody. If you are disenchanted Seditian, you are welcome. If you are disenchanted Unity Party, you are welcome. If you are disenchanted ANC, you are welcome. Liberty Party, you are welcome. CMC is for all Liberians. We know we are a lot of people in the middle who are part of no political party. You are all welcome to be part of this new wave of change that will change the dynamics of politics in Liberia. Thank you, Mabel.
And just before you leave, Mr. Connie, I wanted to give you guys an update, right?
I'm sorry, I'm not leaving. I just close.
Just before maybe
Right.
go to the line or whatsoever, I want to give you guys an update. You know that we got the ECOWAS Parliament, right? That govern all the parliamentary body in Africa, right? I mean West Africa, right? There is a group they call the Interplanetary Union. They're almost like the United Nations for all the parliaments around the world. They were created since 1889 in Paris, France, with more than 100 and some more members, right? Do you know that they just updated a database that the speaker, when you go to their website, I post the link on the thread, on the discussion thread here. For our people that want to keep telling people, say, follow the link or check the link. When you go under the speakers, they updated their database, and Richard Kuhn is being recognized globally as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. You guys won't believe that, even though the ECOWAS Parliament is yet to recognize it, I'm talking about on a global level now. I'm talking about the Parliament of all parliaments around the world, the interplanetary or group or union of all the parliamentary bodies across the globe. Richard Kuhn now is the name that is being posted in their database, and they just made that adjustment that he's considered to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I don't know how they came up to that decision, but that's what happened, folks. I just thought to give you guys that news.
Well, thank you, Mark. I think we'll be
So maybe let me briefly comment to that before before you can go on. So, Monk, for me, the internet, whether it's the international community, whether it's the United States or the five, superpower of the Security Council, Most of those information, they can get it from the government of the country.
Okay.
Whatever is happening in the country is different. But the fact that Joseph Boakai as president recognized Richard Kung as the speaker, the fact that even yesterday, day before yesterday, the current vice president was defending the majority bloc, trying to justify what they did. In fact, he was defending the justice minister for wrongfully interpreting the decision of the Supreme Court. And he tried to chronicle things that happened. He tried to interpret it for himself, wrongfully so, simply because it was orchestrated and executed by him and was blessed by the president. So, as long as the Liberian government recognize Richard Kung as their speaker, the whole world will recognize him. But guess what? The whole world, the Supreme Court of Liberia is above anybody around the world or in Liberia when it comes to decision making, when it comes to execution of our justice system. So if the Supreme Court decides that Richard Kung is legal, then definitely Richard Kung will be the Speaker of the House. But as long as the Supreme Court is clear, very emphatic in their decision that Richard Kung is supposedly a puppet speaker, Richard Kung is not a Speaker of Liberia. I just want to make that clarification.
No, the reason I brought that up because people, we got news coming in that the president was trying to mediate this thing to bring it to an end. But it seems like if that is the case, the condition that you just laid, there is the complete opposite. Because you cannot be giving signal to the rest of the world and then pretend like you're doing something different in Liberia. As far as I'm concerned, Fanantikova doesn't have quorum, but he is still recognized as the legitimate speaker in Liberia. So to come to an international body and see Richard Kung name being changed in their database, making an update, then it's like the president himself, then he plays
because the president is a joker. They believe they can legitimize the position of Richard Kung through outside power, which is very dumb. Because we have a law in the country. No law will supersede the Constitution of Liberia when it comes to the government and the structure of Liberian government. So remember, back to you, I don't want to make those clarifications so people can run over with the news as if this is a big deal. It's the news that is happening, but it only exposes that Joseph Boakai people, all the things they are doing, pretending that they are negotiating, they are at the same time playing game with the Liberian people, into the outside world.
Well, thanks to you. Wow. And also to Mark, yes, we've been following that, like I was saying. Sometimes some of the news when it come out, that sometimes we got to accept. And again, well, that's it. Is how the people see it, and maybe that you were saying, maybe the government may negotiate behind the scene. Who knows? And at the end of the day, they be acting like they are hands not into some of these things. But again, they're where we go. So today, I think we put everything back to our people as to where are we and what do we really expect from all of our leaders, the way things are happening from one leadership to another leadership. The same things still continue. If it's not noise, corruption, so many things. So let's go to the line to interact with our people and give them a little time so that we can hear from them. The numbers to call is 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. Please, 1 minute, please. Yeah. Hello to this caller.
Good afternoon, Sekou and Mom.
Yeah, man, dear, go ahead.
Mom, what I was saying about Liberian people is the fact we love the politician more than ourselves. We love the politician more than ourselves. So this is why we follow them. And then they ride us like a horse. Because The people, when they give you $1 or $2, maybe after 2-3 months, then you see that they are doing good things for you. And which of course they are getting more from out of you without benefit. They are not improving on this country. So actually, we confused. We Liberian people, we have to wake up to skin and see how best we can engage the people. Let's go to the CMC issue you're discussing. This is one of the things that some of us we are disappointed in. Forming political party, I don't think is the best solution to this country. All the political parties will have a circle and neighbor. Where we are benefiting. When CDC can do the same thing, the United Party can do the same thing. And when put ANC that they will do the same thing. Now it doesn't want CNC. I don't think that the best thing Hazard Brigade will do for us in this country.
All right, thank you. I think Mr. Cannon just passed with that. That's not our discussion today. Yeah, hello. Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing today?
We okay. Thank God, my dear. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Yes, I just want to know for SK to really check itself when providing information. It can be criticizing government for doing wrong thing. Then you get somebody to always conflicting himself. Instability is one of the persons who has not been credible in doing any other thing. The last time I can remember when instability said when police now win the presidency, he will never take a seat. And also President Instability has now resigned his seat. He remain representative enjoying the humility of the Nigerian people. Then he'll sit on the radio every day.
All right, thank you. Saying you now want to go straight to the point. You want to start attacking. Hello to this caller. The major party with his thing. Now you want to take it to make it to be our discussion. I don't want to cut people off. Please, just go straight to our topic here today. Please. Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, President Moore and that is Steve.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and Peter the Recast are covered under the street like in Washington. Let me say thank you, God, for the fascinating discussion this evening. You know, the reality should be told. And Rachel Ko is not a speaker. James Fanati Kofa is a speaker. And the regional organization granted that is a legal and international organization that is EFWA. They are any rating and communication denying racial delegate. So that thing you're reading more. All
right. So let me tell all of you again. Maybe because maybe Mark and Mr. Cannon just passed through with this, so you want to use it. No, our topic today. Our topic is this a problem? We're asking you about the way forward for your own country, the poverty that you are in. You just holding every. So yeah.
Let me tell you this. There is a legitimate fear and anger and jittering going on in the camp of the political cartels. They are afraid, they are scared. They are seeing the wave that the CMC is coming with, they are afraid. Other than that, the CMC was not the topic when I come on.
Good.
As an official of CMC, and being also part of this platform, it is an opportunity for me to throw light on the happening, to inform the Liberian people about what's going on with the CMC. But that doesn't mean it is a topic. The guy who called and talk about instability and all the lies he just talk about, we will address those things. But we're going to have a special show. And that's not going to be That's not going to be the particular show today. So let him discuss the topic. But I can see the fear. I can see the fear factor. I can see, because they don't want to see an alternative in the country. They want us to remain with a lesser evil of two. They want us to remain. They want the situation where the CDC and the United Party becomes, a binary choice for the Liberian people. So the emergence of anything that resembles a change that may retire both, failed establishment, around all the people, to be sometimes shitting, on themselves. Because they're afraid of change, and change is exactly what change you're going to bring to them, no matter what they do. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Again, let me just make this clarity. We have our official topic here for today, and the topic is just so easy for you to even understand. And we started that doing our first 1 hour, what the way forward for Liberia after hearing from the Supreme Court or through the Chief Justice that all of our assistants, in fact, she even apologized to us, as people, that everything is just messing up and so forth. That's the question we're asking. What can we do? You come up with somebody who they're talking, then you get angry. What kind of people are you? Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel, and good evening to the other people here.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, Joseph Esprimo Senior, I joined from a 12th resident tonight. I want to say thank you guys for the show. I really appreciate you guys always doing well for us. I want to speak to the issue of this by-election in Nimba.
We're not really talking about that. You want to drag up into all these things today. We're not really into all that thing, but go ahead.
Okay. Meaning for me, I got serious problem with the election law in this country. You see, the issue of Samuel Koga contesting for the senatorial post, for me, I'm very against it. Whenever a sitting representative vying for a senatorial post, what I think that the election commission needs to do, that particular space that person occupying, they should put it out for other people to contest. So why in case Samuel Koga contest for the senatorial post and then you win? So you tell me that we're going to spend another money for a by-election in a particular district that Samuel Koga is currently serving? And which of course that is very way we are spending our money. So whenever a certain representative come in and say you want to contest for a particular senatorial seat, that particular position should be put out so other people can contest to occupy that space immediately. Without coming back again, they put it on another by-election.
All right. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening. Please, 1 minute. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's better G last thing what they call it from PJ editorial. I think the best way for I go to why you said the teacher is there. If for us Liberians to show love for our country and get united, then you people can and say all kind of negative.
Hey, hello. Then don't accuse now. You say something that you want to.
No, you're saying the way forward. That
Yeah.
we unite ourselves and people talk positive about our country. But people start saying negative. How we can?
Okay. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Abdullah, calling from the Penal Community. Yeah, I want to see the issue of the so-called political party in this country. Instability, really, I want to speak directly to his party because he represents my district and the district I come from me, my district. To me, only political party in this country is not the solution of our problem. People coming from another party, you just think for another party and you want to go to the party. From the party, then you bring it into us. The money you spend to form one political party, that money can impact plenty of real life. You can use your local company to build a minimum factory of places that don't work there.
All right.
People get money in the country, they put it there.
All right. Thank you. To this caller, good evening. Pascal Davis.
Yeah, Mebon. Thank you, Chief. And let me say thanks to panelists.
Yeah, go ahead.
You asked a certain question, Mebon. So, I mean, I think we've reached the point where we have to stand up. We have to take it onto ourselves. We need to own this country. I mean, through the right means and some of the way I wish we can show to the world that we are ready to possess and will not want to accept those kinds of things in our country is to make use of Article 70 of our Constitution. I mean, you know that I know that Article 1 has given us the power. Article 17 also show when there are issues in your country, you have to stand up. And we have said this consistently that we need to speak up if people are suppressed and oppressed by their government, even though that government is supposed to seek the interest and welfare and provide all the necessity for the citizens. But if people feel oppressed and what is happening, we we have to stand up. I mean, unfortunately, maybe in a society where not many persons actually believe that they're supposed to live the kind of life and the government is supposed to provide that environment, they don't have interest. See how the show is being discussed. Somebody is attacking Verity for establishing a party opposed when the law gave Verity the right to do so. How is that a crime when you practice multi-party system in a country that says you're supposed to have several different parties and then you as an electorate can make a choice and make a decision?
Is party our is party our problem or are the people our problem? Which one?
How is that a crime for somebody to establish a party constitutionally? But because they got no issue. I was just telling somebody, how you even want a country to be developed when people who are supposed to make decisions are the ones sleeping in the grave, are the ones taking a couple of rights to make that decision? I mean, what more do we expect? Again, this every time. For me, let me tell you one thing. I'm never getting angry with one because one speaks exactly the house of life. But this is how they think.
All right. Thank you so much, Pascal. Let's take more calls. Today, caller, good evening. I'm not cutting people off just because, but I want them to go straight to the topic that we are discussing here. One more. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, Mabel. Once again, this is how I understand it. I get a discussion of communal market and legacy of former president. Mabel, I listen to one of your panelists saying that even if we are this instance, if you are this instance situation or the party, you should come to the CMC. So I asked myself, what so much is about the CMC that even if I'm this instance, I will go to the CMC.
So wait, hello.
No, I can't. Please let me learn. What the CMC contribution nationwide? New political party that was just established. Those are all in the public place. People are not describing the party as criminal men committee. Then you telling people to go there.
Hello, to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
This is David King, and I do join you from my Spenlote residence.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, my dear. Go ahead.
The way forward for our country, the way things are going now, under this regime, that can be on the mantra of rescue. Instead of not being rescued, we're being imprisoned by this government. I think Liberians should not gravitate from the issue of calling on talk show, discussing things that we will never do or things that will never happen, for us to muster the courage and become like the people in Egypt. That we can become like the people in Tunisia. Or we can become like the people in Kenya. Because, people power can bring any dictatorship down. What we in now, this is a dictatorship. President Walker is a dictator, and he's a criminal. He got a lot of criminal gang around him. They are stealing from the country in the name of rescue, and we cannot see the rescue. So I think Liberians to muster the courage because Article 1 of our Constitution gave us the right to have all of the power. Why should we be discussing on talk show and when we cannot take what belongs to us constitutionally?
All right. Thank you so much. Charles Cooper, you'll be our second to the last caller. Hello?
Yeah, maybe.
Simple question, my brother. What can we do as people? People jumping from A to B, C to D. I don't know what kind of country. But what, my brother?
Yeah, maybe. Let me just repeat a parable that the president himself did during the campaign time. He said, you get my mosquito and bring your house dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that parable it is not referring to this government. We as citizens, we can mind the behavior of mosquito now and bring this country down. And the mosquito now is a government. Because the way the government is behaving now is behaving like a mosquito. And maybe we cannot mind them and bring this country down. So the only thing we can do, maybe
yeah, I said no. Go ahead.
The only thing we can do now, maybe, is to keep pushing for the right thing. And at the appropriate time, which is 2029, the Liberian people should elect a new brand set of leaders to know if they too will mess up. When they do mess up, we change them to Liberia because a political laboratory. We must keep changing leaders until we can invent good
leaders for this country. When you go to the laboratory, maybe if you try experiment does not work, you try to change the experiment. So the experiment is a bad experiment for the laboratory. So by 2029, we have the alternative national program. Maybe we could try them too.
All right.
Do not do well too. We cannot, because maybe you can mind our leaders that have lived their life and want to bring this country.
No, you can't do that.
The rule of law, because rule of the law.
All right, no, you can't do that, but you can also hold your government accountable. So this caller, good evening. All right, this caller be our last caller, and I cross over to Monk. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my dear. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Alfonso Gay. I'm calling from Donald Farm, Pinsville.
Yeah, thank you, my dear, for joining us.
And this is my very first time
Thank
talking
you.
on a radio station and even speaking on True FM.
Thank you so much, and welcome.
I am very much happy with this young man whose name I'm getting now, Monk.
Okay.
Yeah, because of I love it. I love his way of discussing on radio, discussing politics, focusing on facts and logic. You know, he focused on fairness. He always using some verified data to always inform us. These are the kind of people we are looking for to help us Liberians, because we already know what is going on. We know who's feeding our money. But how can we solve our own problems? We don't know. So we will not be interested in people coming on radio telling about someone 250,000 million he built house and it becomes issue. No, we are tired hearing those kind of things.
And that's the point. What can we do?
How can we Liberians actually help ourselves? These are lessons that we want people to teach us.
All right.
Instead of telling us about, this party is coming. We are tired of all kinds of parties, not just parties, but, representatives, those names, we are tired of them. Please, Monk, we will want you to really start some kind of lesson that will enlighten our mind.
All right, thank you so much. So quickly, Uncle Brian, 31 minutes, quickly.
Yes, I listen to you and Mom and also Seko. Let me tell you, there's a question, what can we do? The only thing is that in society, for the president to be well-intentioned, even when you say the legislature, the always controversy in the legislature that even what the people want, it will not work, because they will always fight up anything. Besides that, you got the judiciary, there's the Supreme Court. Supreme Court should be well-intentioned, president should be well-intentioned. You see how Trump moving? Trump came back, he don't care for who told, you don't know. He rather he take action, and he say action will be implemented. That's what the president is supposed to do. People are not supposed to be around him, and even have some document from him that those documents he's supposed to take action on. No. He got to be moving with speed. Other than that, my brother, one is Supreme Court remain dormant, and then the president or the presidency remain dormant. And even in Kohu with all those ministers and things. My brother will not move from this kind of place. So.
I like that. Thank you.
Before I put my pen down, let me refer you to the Bar Association president, inauguration speech. Very powerful. Yeah, people must stand up. The Bar Association.
That's the point.
Society.
Yes, but you stand up.
The press is the culture of society. All of them, they are government.
Okay.
Even you have legal issue, you call any of the bad member. Nobody won't come because they don't want to be Bible, they won't comply and all those kind of things. What can I not say in this country?
Oh, sorry, Uncle. Okay, all right, Uncle. That's the thing that we've been talking about. And some of you calling here, you want me making confusion with us. Thank you. Yeah, so Mark, I think we gotta go. So maybe 1 minute, then we'll call it a day. Yeah, Mark.
It was okay listening to the callers, and we want to appreciate them. We come on this show, we exchange ideas here, we go back and forth. We may not agree on almost everything, but the fact is a fact. You cannot change the fact. And that's why your uncle just said, the thing is about leadership. Look, when you are a leader, you are required to make tough decisions, even in the face of adversity. And people will not always side with your vision. But when you believe what you believe, when you trust your instinct, if that's why you campaign on, then that's why you must implement. That's why we go to election. If you believe that this president policy is bad for you, then you changing. But once the people give you that mandate, you got to be firm in your decision. And that's the reason the Chief Justice apologized to the Liberian people. The Liberian people are counting on you to make tough decisions in the midst of adversity. You cannot be giving them mixed signal. You cannot keep confusing them. And that's what leadership is all about. And one of the colors I admire about that stuff where people can just abandon their elected position and want to run for the Senate, there should be a law, maybe, that if you want to run, then give up your position, because at the end of the day, it's another form of waste, fraud, and abuse. Because we keep spending money after election, special election. When you elect this guy to be lawmaker, the next thing you know, he want to be a senator, he want a 9-year job, even though he's given 6 years. That's why I keep telling you, it's not about moving the country forward. It's not about the rule of law. It's about money. It's about power. It's about control. And even your lawmakers keep showing it. That's why when you elect them to be representative, the next thing you want to know, they want to be senator. But we'll stop there for today. Tomorrow we'll be talking a very fascinating topic as well.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, my dear brother. We don't come here today to come preach anybody or neither to come and talk against anything. We just ask you a simple question, and that's all we want. Something that you think, or some of you think that we can do. But again, that's a country that we live in. People will leave all of the other issues and go to things that make, for me, nothing to do with you. You just go to it and buy it just because you want to, or maybe talk. But again, Liberia is all we have, and we gotta love it, cherish it, and build it. All we are saying here today is let our leaders do the right thing for our citizens, because the life of the citizens are important. You know, you can't be living in a country where there are no good health, everything upside down, the rule of law is gradually dying down. Then we'll come here to ask a simple question. You want to be accusing, you want to be shifting blames? No. So all the blame shifting and talking here, and then thank God that my uncle also talk about the Bar Association president. Wake up. It's about time that you wake up. So all the blame shifting now will not solve no problem. Let's hold our leaders accountable for all they do for us, because that's why they have been paid for, and that's why we choose them to represent us. Thank you so much, Mark. Those of you who want to be part of the CMCA or so on, Mr. Khan will be here either on tomorrow or maybe Thursday. Then you will talk more about that, so that yes, indeed, so you can give your own take on the CMC. Well, thank you so much.
I don't know why they are so in particular about the CMC. Like, let the people do their thing. It's their choice. I don't know. That's why I don't believe that there is something to them, to their party, because they kind of outrage. Like, if you believe there are so many parties in the country and they created another party, I don't think it's going to change that much. But why are you so concerned with this particular party? I think you are giving them more leverage politically. Maybe you see something that you are afraid of. So I will agree with that analogy that, because I don't know, if you want to create a political party, you can create a political party. But when you're so particular about a particular party, then it becomes another thing. So maybe on tomorrow, man, let me go watch my Liverpool game.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us care, the purpose of them. So welcome my life without care.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clear police who make on you. I can't ask Sktv-Lib you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And more I know. And you love me. More I know what is
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the low power and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.